Hello everybody, welcome to Sydney Motorsport Park for Race Sydney, the Shannons SpeedSeries and the debut of the Kumho TCR World Tour to Aussie soil. This is a really exciting weekend. There are internationals lining the paddock. An international superstar alongside me, Molly Taylor's with me. Australian rallying legend, extraordinaire. I could keep going. How are you? Nice to see you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back. It feels like for me it's been a while since I've been at a Speed Series event, so I'm very excited to be back and what an event to come back to. I think, you know, we have all the ingredients for such an exciting weekend. The biggest TCR grid that we've ever had, the top world TCR tour guys all coming out here as well. Night racing, the championship battle on the Australian side, so it's, plus all the other categories. So.
There's so much to look forward to. We'll walk in a sec, but I wanted to get your thoughts because you've done this. You've been the Aussie racing the internationals. What's it like? What's that buzz like when you get that opportunity to go against the world's best?
Oh, it's unreal. I mean, what a great opportunity. For the international guys all loving to come out to Australia, it's not something that they get to do every day, but also as an Australian driver to be able to benchmark yourself against the best in the world. It's always a challenge being a driver from Australia because you're just logistically so far away, so you don't get these opportunities very much. So it's really special on both sides of the fence, and it's going to be fantastic to see. Like the amount of seat time that these international guys have is huge. We've got the local knowledge from the Aussies, and it's going to be so interesting to see how that all pans out actually on race pace when we get into it.
Radicals are loud, aren't they? The Radical Cup, Workhorse Radical Cup on track now. Interesting, just behind us here, two brand new Hondas. We've never seen this generation of Honda in Australia before. So Honda Wall Racing with a championship leader, Tony D'Alberto, and Nesta Gilrami. Great to have the Argentinian back in Australia. He came here and dominated around in 2019, which was cool to see, but that's just the first part. And then a double act here, the brothers. Now, you're in pit lane for TCR. Good luck to you, the twins.
I know, I'm a little bit nervous about that one. Identical twins, but we'll have a bit of fun. I'm sure they'll have a bit of fun with that too, totally. Actually, more to the point. But yeah, great. I mean, Tony's recently done a test in the new car, so he's had a few laps to get to grips with the changes in the upgraded model. He did say they had a couple of little niggles, so I guess good to be able to have that experience, but he's pretty confident everything's ironed out and they'll be good to go. So he's still got a championship fight to consider as well.
It's a big call, isn't it, to hand in a car that you know, that you've developed, that's well proven for the newer, sexier model, which is probably going to be faster, but you're 2 rounds from the end of a title race. It is a bit of a roll of the dice, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, it brings some extra risk. Also, a newer car, you know, generally this car's been competing around the world, so most of the teething issues you would hope are all sorted, but it is always more of a risk with a new car, but it's that risk versus reward. And I mean, speaking of not newer cars, we're going past the GRM stable with the Peugeot 308s. They're not new models, so these guys, you know, they've got a big job on. They're fast cars, but also there's a lot more newer equipment coming into the lane now.
Yeah, and GRM working on the development of the new Peugeot on behalf of the brand, which is really cool to see a TCR car develop here. But they were saying that these cars are tapped out. They have reached the level of performance they can go. I can see Cody Garland over there. Let's just dive in and see if we can grab Cody for a little bit of a chat. Hey, Cody, come and have a chat, mate. We don't get to talk to you very much. This is Cody Garland, Facebook Live. Welcome to Sydney Motorsport Park. How are you feeling about this weekend and racing some of the best in the world?
Yeah, feeling great. Just, you know, judging off the warm-up, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting weekend. So tonight's race will be pretty full on, I think.
And looking at the warm-up, I mean, it's hard to do a form guide out of warm-up. It looked like the Peugeots were kind of at the bottom end of the order, you being the leading one out of those Peugeots. Talking to some of the engineers, they're saying they were just betting in brakes, things like that. So we haven't seen what you've really got to offer yet, is that right?
No, that's correct, yeah. Just more of a brake betting and systems check session for us. Yeah, didn't really have a serious crack and, you know, old tyres, so I think a lot of people were playing for sheet stations then, so not so much in Peugeot land. So yeah, we'll see what practice 1 brings.
You've got 2 pretty handy teammates in this squad in Aaron Cameron and the legendary Jordan Cox. How's it been with these 2 characters this season?
Yeah, it's great. You know, we all get along really well, the 4 of us, you know, push each other to the limits and help each other where we can. So it's, yeah, a really good combination.
And just one more question quickly. Your teammate Aaron Cameron, he's in the championship hunt well and truly. Is there been a team discussion? Is there a game plan? Are you guys helping him at all this weekend to try and get that championship or get closer to that championship lead?
Yeah, look, nothing yet, but you know, I'm sure we're not going to get in each other's way. We have a few times this year, but no, look, obviously we'll work together as a team, so yeah, we'll see what we can do to help each other out.
Good job, go well.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, Cody.
Good stuff, watch out for the 41 this weekend. one of the many Valvoline GRM Peugeots in the field. He's a good young guy, Cody.
Yeah.
Love to see him get a good result.
Doing really well, and I think, talking about the cars that they know so well, they're pretty dialed, and then the brand new Lincoln Coast, we've got 4 of these, which is pretty awesome, but interesting.
Amazing.
They were already quick out of the warm-up, which we expected, but there's been I've been watching these guys, they're doing a lot of wheel alignments with a few cars and things like that, so they still also have a bit of work to do because they don't have these cars as new and quick as they are. They're not necessarily dialed into this track just yet.
This is an amazing operation. So 4 cars for the Cyan Racing team, which is a squad, a name that will be familiar to Aussie audiences from the Volvo days in supercars racing. So Cyan Racing was Polestar, so they did a lot of the development work.
Still got the colour scheme going, which is lovely.
Right, on the Scotty McLaughlin supercar. So Ted Bjork, former world champion, Jan Ellershey, really fast Frenchman, Santiago Arrutia, who's been in Indy Lights and open wheel racing and has come across as well, and one of China's best racing exports as well. So this is a really strong team, and they've been super competitive in the World Tour so far this year. Yeah,
it's going to be really, really exciting to see how these ones go. We also have the previous generation Lincoln Co with Tom Oliphant, who, I guess he's technically an international as well, but we've already kind of claimed him into our Aussie stable, I guess.
I think so. We're going to chat to a couple of the members of the Hyundai squad. I want to grab this guy first. He's been a member of our Stan Sport team this year, and he's irritatingly good at television. Talking about Josh Buchan. Hello, mate. How are you?
Very well, mate. Very well. What's the news?
Oh, you tell me. Where are you at? You topped that little warm-up session we had this morning. Is that any indicator whatsoever of a form guide or not?
Yeah, if I pull a hammy after this interview, then that was how the weekend was going to go. I don't know, mate. Look, it's nice to be at the top regardless of what session it is. It is the carby session. But car feels okay. We got the attention the next door, which is the main thing, and we'll press on.
You are always downplaying things at the start of a race weekend, but this is your home track. It's the track that you know best. Do you think it's going to, so we know it suits you, but do you think it'll suit this car?
Yeah, look, in all honesty, whatever that's going to do, I'm confident I'll be able to do. So if that's good enough, then it'll put me where I'll be.
And is there any information sharing with you and the global Hyundai team
Where
as
to
well?
go for dinner?
The important thing.
Discuss any setup over dinner or anything as well?
We have a chat, but it's very they're effectively factory Hyundai, but they're still customer racing. So yeah, look, it is every man for ourselves. The drivers are a little bit more open than the teams, but yeah, we're having a chat, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's more about how everyone else up the lane's cheating rather than how we're going.
You racing car drivers are so competitive. I saw this guy yesterday. We did a big group photo. The first thing I saw from him was just peering at the front camber of the rivals next door. The first thing he did.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he likes to play it cool. He likes to have the cap on backwards, but we know what's going on under there.
No, don't. It actually that looks wrong. Put it back on. Hey, go well, mate. Enjoy the weekend.
Go on,
Thanks,
Josh.
mate.
Josh Buchan. He's a great character, and he's in the championship mix as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Bailey Sweeney does have the edge, but in that news, especially when we come to Bathurst, I think that car's going to come into its own.
They're just running up one of the BRC Hyundais. We might grab Norby. Norby Mikulis. Hello, mate. Welcome to Australia. Molly Taylor.
Yeah,
Mate, what's it like being here? You've had a run around the track. You know which way it goes now. How's it going?
Better and better. It was fantastic to experience the circuit. Yesterday we did the track walk. I immediately realized that it's a fantastic place. Very nice rhythm, flowing corners, very difficult one. And in the end, driving was very, very nice. We try to fine-tune the car now for pre-practice sessions because qualifying and the race is coming up.
You don't have a lot of time to get to grips with the track and the car. How is the car feeling? Is there anything in particular that you're chasing from the setup or performance?
So it's a difficult period of the race weekend because today is everything is packed. We have qualifying, the race, pre-practice sessions. So for me the key is to have a good combination in terms of driver learning the track and engineers fine-tuning the setup and to have a good combination of both.
Fantastic. Well, I think we're going to struggle to hear much more on here. Good luck.
Let's walk past quickly. They're very loud though.
I've lost my hearing.
We'll walk our way up to the end of the garage. We'll wrap this up very shortly. Hope you're enjoying it. It's going to be such an amazing weekend here and at Mount Panorama next week. it's so cool to see guys like Norby, who have won at the highest level of World Touring Car racing, in our backyard racing our guys. And you know, the thought of he and Josh Buchan trading paint through turn 1 is really exciting.
It's going to be great, and I mean, as we said, in front of the Audis, a similar situation as well with having the internationals joining on this team. To see Will Brown against Rob Huff, I'm going to be, you know, loving to see how that pans out. But I mean, as we said at the beginning, it's such a golden opportunity for a benchmark, and for the international guys to really get a taste of our sport. Because I know when you go overseas, the Australian caliber, the race series, the competitiveness has a really high level and a really, I guess it's regarded really, really highly, but you don't get these opportunities every day.
The common theme I've had from the internationals is that they feel like of all the domestic series they've raced with around the world, ours is the strongest, and they're more worried about local competition here than they've been anywhere else. So hopefully that's a great sign of things to come. We're going to sign off from the pit lane here at Sydney Motorsport Park for Race Sydney. Catch all the action live at Break Free and on demand on Stan Sport. We're on the 9 network tomorrow as well. Racing under lights here is going to be spectacular. It is spectacular. And the weather's starting to play ball as well, the sun poking through. So we'll sign off from pit lane here at Sydney Motorsport Park. Before we go, we'll get Shayla to turn around and have a look at the number 179 Audi. That is former World Touring Car champion Rob Huff, one of the best touring car drivers in the world. That is the quality of stuff we've got here for you at Race Sydney this weekend. Hope you enjoy the weekend. On behalf of Molly Taylor, we look forward to your company on Stan Sports this afternoon.